and welcome back to Believe It or Not, a series where I subject myself to the horrors of Naruto and give you my spicy hot takes on this age-old anime. In today's episode, we will be covering episodes 21 through 31 of Naruto. We'll be skipping episode 26 because that one is filler. Episode 21. Identify yourself, powerful new rivals. This is a follow-up to last time when Gaara and his whole crew had shown up, started intimidating some children, because I guess they're just dipshits. We got introduced to the concept of the Chunin Exams, though there is a little bit of disagreement between some of the teachers, some of the leaders of the teams, because Iruka-sensei mainly is like, I don't think we should be doing the Chunin Exams this early, or at least I don't think that Naruto and his whole crew should be going, because they're all still very young. So there's that sort of disagreement, but Kakashi and the other team leaders are pretty adamant. So the Hokage says we're going to do a little test to see if everybody's ready. And that basically amounts to Iruka-sensei doing some weird bullshit. Like he kidnapped a child at some point, trying to test Naruto's skills, I guess. Like, whatever. Sakura has a weird genjutsu illusion thing again with Sasuke, but she's smart enough to tell that it's not real, so good on her. That trick worked once, but it's not going to work twice. And yeah, so everybody figured it out. We also got introduced to Rock Lee. This immediately, as soon as I saw him, I went, yep, that's my favorite. That's my boy. I love him. He good. 7 out of 10. Episode 22, Chunin Challenge, Rock Lee versus Sasuke. This is a good little battle here. I like seeing Rock Lee do his shit. Very compelling character, because in a world full of like dumbass wizard ass ninjas where there is effectively magic at play, he says, no, I'm actually just not going to use that, and I'm going to hit people really hard. That's what I'm good at, and that is so endearing as a character trait. Wonderful. Takes on Naruto, kicks Naruto's ass, takes on Sasuke, kicks Sasuke's ass. Even with the Sharingan. The only reason that this motherfucker did not actually follow through and completely demolish Sasuke is because Guy Sensei shows up and says, hey, you're using the forbidden jutsu. I told you not to do that. And Rock Lee's like, I'm so sorry. I love you so much, Guy Sensei. And they're just great. Both of these motherfuckers are just, I love them to death. And the turtle is also there. I don't know what the arrangement is. If it's like Guy Sensei is the face, the turtle is the motivator, the sort of like harsh figure in the training, and Rock Lee is just Rock Lee. I don't know. But I love it. It's great. 7 out of 10. Episode 23, Genin Takedown, all 9 rookies face off. Yeah, this one, we're going to introduce all the side characters that you may not have gotten a proper introduction to. These are mostly people from the classroom at the beginning. We got a little bit of an introduction in one of the first couple of episodes, but this is proper. We're getting to see all of them and their whole deal and whatever. Kabuto, the ninja info card guy, shows up. Love him. There's a bunch of really asshole ninjas from the Sound Village. They're great. They just straight up, like, out of nowhere, like, yeah, we're gonna beat the shit out of Naruto for being loud. Let's get him. I guess they don't like sound, or they love it. Who knows? They are pushing it a bit, I find, with some of these hidden villages. Village hidden in the leaves, you're in the forest. Village hidden in the mist, probably, you know, in a weird misty area. Village hidden in the sound. Now that is one that I need to see before I can really, you know, check off on it, because my brain's not all in there right now. I'm not sold. But yeah, this one doesn't, there's not a lot that happens. We literally just get introduced to a bunch of characters in the first couple of minutes, and then the rest of it is bullshitting, and it's a big waste of time. 4 out of 10. Episode 24, Start Your Engines, the Chunin Exam begins. So this is, I remember watching this episode a little bit ago, back when I first tried it Naruto, and I adore this episode. This is some good stuff because it's a weird choice for your ninja exam, but it's obviously a front for more formal learning about your ninja skills, how to hide your jutsus and how to gather information. And it is really, this whole episode is just a cool front for, hey, look at this power I have. Look at this cool ninja skill that I do. All of these little tiny things that are super benign and casual about their abilities that I love, because it's just a showcase of boom, boom, boom. Here's Gaara doing a weird sand eyeball. Neji has his Bakugan, Bakugo from My Hero Academia. It's just, I really enjoy this in universe, the concept of a creative application of all these abilities and your ninja skills, and it's good. It was really great. 8 out of 10. Episode 25, the 10th question, All or Nothing. So everybody's pretty much gotten through the first part of the exam where they're all trying to cheat off of each other and get their answers, whatever. Now it's time for that 10th question. New rules coming in. You can either decide not to get the question and just fail the exam outright, or if you get the question and you fail, you'll never be able to take the Chunin exams again. So there's high stakes, all this stuff, it's getting everybody, and mostly it's an episode about Naruto figuring out not to fucking give in, you know. And we also find out that the guy running the exam is also a professional ninja torture interrogator guy, which further builds to this whole like ninja military fascist state that I'm like, ugh. It's so strange and I hate it, but I understand that what they're doing is going to build into something later. It's just, it's like, oh god, this is terrible. The setup here is awful. I feel so sorry for these children who are being indoctrinated into the military. Sucks, man. Yeah, the majority of this is just kind of a weird tension thing. And then right around the end, the little like high note that ends this episode, Anko shows up, who's gonna be running the next part of the exam. And she is just a treasure. She bursts through the fucking window, does a sick-ass kickflip, throws her own banner up. Super early, too, but she's, like, such a charm. I love her so much. 6 out of 10. So we're skipping episode 26, like we said. That was just special report live from the Forest of Death. So next we've got episode 27, the Chunin Exams Stage 2, the Forest of Death. There's a new intro. It's good. Looks good. Pretty baller intro. Can't hate it. There's some... I know about some Naruto things, so when I see some weirdo dressed like that, who's got a weird-ass tongue and it's just kind of creepy, it's very clear this is Orochimaru. I called it immediately, and we'll get into that later, but there's a weird kid who's kind of freaking out. Anko is just being hot. Love that. The kids got to sign ninja waivers before they can go into the Forest of Death, which I found hilarious, just the concept of that. But I guess they do have a test that they've got to do, so it's kind of formal and whatever. It's just stupid. And the idea is basically Ninja Hunger Games, except you're not explicitly murdering the kids. You just got to go and grab scrolls from other teams and get either a Heaven or Earth scroll. And then I guess you pass the test if you have it at the end of the 5 days or something like that. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. And yeah, we kind of get, you know, a little bit of an intro into the sort of tension behind everything, like, oh, there's weird awful creatures like blood-sucking leeches that could kill you in like 5 minutes, and obviously if you turn your back on any of your teammates, it's possible that it's just someone else coming in that's disguised as your teammate, i.e. when Naruto comes back from his piss, Sasuke is like immediately, hey, no, you're not Naruto, fuck off. So it's okay. Oh, and we also have other students that we're popping in and out to every so often, so that's nice to get a fresh pair of eyes on a given situation. It's not like we have to stick with Team 7 and here they're bickering forever. We've got other characters now. It's nice. 6 out of 10. Episode 28, Eat or Be Eaten, Panic in the Forest. After that little exchange with the fake Naruto, weird Bane mask looking guy, Sasuke decides, oh, we're gonna set up a password so that if for whatever reason we get separated, we can figure out who's who. You know, we've got some preparation. And he chooses an incredibly long password. Almost immediately after it's introduced, we get to see that he chose the long one because he knew Sakura would get it, but Naruto will not remember this long ass password. So that's how you get someone who is eavesdropping and trying to disguise themselves as Naruto. They don't understand that Naruto's an idiot. It really be like that sometime. So, while Sasuke and Sakura fight against what is essentially just Orochimaru, I'm like all my money on that. At that point, Naruto has an exchange with a snake that I was not fond of. All of it, the whole way down, sucked. He got eaten by the snake, a lot of clips of him inside the snake being digested, and then eventually the snake expands and explodes, and it just sucked top to bottom. It was terrible. Meanwhile, Sakura and Sasuke are dealing with some weird murderous genjutsu, and eventually Sasuke just stabs himself to let himself move from the fear and all of that. It wasn't exactly a high point. It was just some cursed content all around. 5 out of 10. Episode 29. Naruto's counterattack, Never Give In. Naruto is here now, and the funniest clip in this entire episode is within 5 seconds, because as soon as the intro plays and all of that goes through...
Okay, so anyway, what is the password again?
Forget it, I know it's you. You made it.
it's so funny. I love it. The summoning jutsu, Orochimaru summons a weird big snake, and that was pretty cool, especially because, like, we got to see in an earlier episode that Kakashi has to use a scroll if he wants to summon his ninja hounds or whatever. So the idea that Orochimaru, I'm just gonna call him Orochimaru, the fact that he has a tattoo on his arm that he can just, like, floop, I'm summoning my big snake, here it is. It's clever. It's Full Metal Alchemist. We've seen this. Naruto goes nine-tailed fox again. He does some cool stuff for a little bit, calls Sasuke out for being a little bitch. Then he's immediately given like a seal to keep him from using that chakra and keep him from using that power. So womp womp, there goes Naruto. And even Sakura is more proactive in this episode than Sasuke. So it's like, oh, okay, that's how we do it. And Sasuke is like deeply, tremendously traumatized this whole episode. Like, stuff happened, but at the same time, it feels like not a lot of progress was made. So 4 out of 10. But we gon' shift gears now because episode 30, the Sharingan revived, Dragon Flame Jutsu. Immediately amazing. The direction, the Sakuga, it's amazing. Everything is just like bam, 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 quick, fluid fight scenes that are just so addictive to watch. And it's not like there was a bit of this when we had the fight on the bridge with Zabuza and Haku. We had traces of that. It was like little bursts of really beautiful animation, but then we would cut back to the other guys and it was snippets. But this is more fluid. This is almost the entire episode is just amazing fights. And I was so into it. I was so enthralled. It kicked ass. And even though it was Sasuke, I was like, the animation more than made up for it. And we also got a little bit of Anko at the end. Her backstory with Orochimaru, that's fascinating. I really do like the idea that Orochimaru is essentially kind of going through the Chunin exams trying to find a new boy. I'm trying to find a boy that I can raise and teach to be evil like me. Anko was at one point that boy. She was at one point in her life a trainee under him as sensei, and I guess that didn't work out. So she's good now, but he's trying to find a new heir, which means he's got to leave his mark on boys like Sasuke, which is essentially him doing a vampire bite. Very weird. But I do like that idea that, hey, at one point I was there. He tried to make me evil. Don't worry, I understand. And now Sasuke's going through that same thing. It's a weird but refreshing perspective of this kind of older trope. So all in all, this was a baller episode. I loved it. Top to bottom, very good. 9 out of 10. Then we got episode 31, Bushy Brow's Pledge, Undying Love, and Protection. So both Sasuke and Naruto have been knocked unconscious at this point, and we know that there are other ninjas in this forest that are trying to, get Sasuke because they work for Orochimaru. We're given a situation where only Sakura is capable of handling any attacks on Team 7 at this moment. That is the situation. That's what we've got. And I understand that she is in a position where she's scared. I would be too. It's terrifying. You can build on that. You can give her character this sort of fear and doubt in her abilities, but you also have to deliver on the idea that she learns from that. She grows. Give her a chance to do something cool to prove to herself, at least for a moment, that she is somewhat capable. But in this episode, we are given a perfect setup, and there's a moment, a little glimmer of it in the Sound Ninjas. They approach the little camp that Sakura's made, and they realize that there's traps, and one of them actually sets off and nearly gets them. But immediately the trap is defused, defeated, whatever, and then Rock Lee shows up. And I love Rock Lee. Trust me, I love that boy to death now. I would die for Rock Lee, but if it's gonna result in taking the spotlight away from one of the 3 main characters who hasn't had any cool moments yet, that sucks. And it really ruined the flow of this episode for me. I was so on board. And I mean, the stuff Rock Lee does is cool. He learns a new jutsu. Well, he shows off the forbidden jutsu, the lotus technique. He does the primary lotus. There's stuff that is happening and it's cool, but all I can think about is Sakura in the corner who lost her chance to actually have an interesting moment. And it really takes the wind out of my sails, and it takes the wind out of the sails of this episode as well, and it just left kind of a weird, mediocre taste in my mouth. So, and also I realized Rock Lee is voiced by Brian Donovan, who is also the voice of Davis in Digimon Adventure 2.
What's the matter with you?
That's the saddest story I ever heard.
I'm the one with the problem, not you. Get over it.
Okay.
So the second I clicked with that, I was like, oh shit, this changes everything. Now I can't stop seeing it, and I can't stop hearing it, and it's both wonderful and awful at the same time. It's interesting. But yeah, that's a 5 out of 10 for that one. But yeah, overall, this I can see why people talk about the Chunin exams being cool. Obviously, I know we haven't gotten to the stuff yet. I know that they're gonna have fights later on that are more, ninja on ninja, but even this little burst here, even learning about Rock Lee's existence, even just seeing the written exam, that stuff was so much more interesting than what we were getting before. And that fight with Orochimaru in the Forest of Death, way better than the fight on the bridge. Immediately. The stakes are a bit different because we were given less time to really understand why we should be interested in Sasuke versus Orochimaru, but it's something and it's visually pleasing. And at the end of the day, if I'm gonna watch my dumb ninja show, I want to see something cool. So yeah, this was a way better batch overall. I'm feeling it this time. Thank you for stopping by with me on my little ninja talk. I appreciate it as always. If you want to see more videos like this or some more structured videos, you can subscribe to our channel. We've got some fun stuff in the mix, so look around, see what tickles your fancy. If you want to stay up to date on all the goings-on of the Digital Dream Club, you can follow us on Twitter at DigiDreamClub. We post announcements for new videos and the like up there, so you can check that out. We've also got a Digital Dream Club Discord. If you're interested in talking with us, talking with people with like-minded interests, you can go down to the description. We've got a link down there. Thank you again for stopping by, and I hope that you have a really wonderful day. Believe it.